our first talking stick session of this year. Everyone is joined on, I believe, and we're just really glad that you took some time out of your Thursday to join us. And we have a lot of information to share with you today and really spend some time getting to know you. So as we go through today, we'll do a few introductions, then we'll do some getting to know you activities. We'll spend some time brainstorming and talking about how we can brainstorm and collaborate moving forward, and then also some next steps and upcoming events. So as we start today, I do want to give an opportunity for your two program officers to introduce themselves. I think most of you are familiar with them, but I'll turn it over to Bianca and Donna to just say hello and welcome you as well.
Natsium, Nostalgia CM, C Knots, Bianca Williams. I am Bianca Williams. I am the ACE program officer. If you have an NYCP grant, I may have been your program officer for that as well. I am an enrolled member of the Lummi Nation in Washington State. I've been with the Department of Education for a little over a year and a half now. I also previously served for the Office of Head Start, Region 11, serving our Native Head Start youth, as well as served as a program officer at the Administration for Native Americans. So I do have a lot of experience in serving, tribal country in the federal government. I'll turn it over to Donna, our group leader and interim program officer.
Thank you very much, Bianca. Hello, Donna Sabis-Burns. I'm an enrolled member of the Mohawk tribe from the Haudenosaunee, Iroquois Six Nations. And I used to be an OIE a long time ago and recently rejoined in the summer. And because we have, as you know, been short-staffed, we had to move some things around. And so I am halfway trying to be as good as Bianca, but never going to be that as your program officer until we have good news. We have two new people coming soon. They've accepted, so our group is getting larger. And so just to let you know, you may have a little bit of another change coming. However, I appreciate your patience in communicating with me, and I'm happy to be here. My dissertation was on Native American representation in literature for children and young adults. And I've worked with the Department of State, and I worked with DODEA when I lived in Europe for 5 years before coming to Hawaii. And so I've got a plethora of experiences to bring as well. And I'm very, very happy to have you all here, and really want to take a moment to really get to know everybody and get to know each other. So I appreciate your time and being here. Thanks.
Thank you. And then we also want to introduce our OIE technical assistance team, at least part of it. So I'm Sarah Brightwell. I've met many of you on some of the events we've held over the last month and a half, as well as on just some of our email communication. If you've been joining office hours, lots of different opportunities. And I'll be leading up the technical assistance efforts that we do this year. And then I'll turn it over to Kathleen to introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kathleen Bethke, and I am serving as the project director for this technical assistance contract. And so I'm so excited to get to know you guys. Thank you for attending. And let's go to Olani.
Aloha, I'm Olani calling in from Hawaii. I am going to be working with you on technical assistance and assisting you. And I just look forward to working with you folks in the future.
And Tracy Madej Kara-George will be joining us on future events, but we do have with us Sarah Whitehead.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sarah Whitehead, and I serve as project coordinator, and I look forward to meeting you all.
Wonderful. And then all of you. So we have a wonderful mix of demonstration grantees on today from all of our NYCP cohorts. So both the fiscal year 16 cohort, the fiscal year 17 cohort, and the fiscal year 18 cohort that are all under the NYCP priority. And then our newest grantees, our ACE grantees who just joined us starting October 1st. And so this is really going to be a great opportunity today for all of our existing NYCP grantees and our new ACE grantees to get to know each other, as well as we know there's always changes and transition and things. So we want to make sure that we have an opportunity for everybody to start meeting one another. You can see from this map, just how diverse the representation is across the US and what a nice array of programs we have represented. And then I also wanted to give an opportunity for Julian Guerrero, the OIE director, just to say hello and welcome everybody.
Oh, thank you so much. Let me get on camera. Don't let the tie fool you guys. I have another presentation after this is done. But I just want to say hello and appreciate the opportunity to welcome you guys to the Talking Stick sessions. I'm really interested in the way we deliver technical assistance that's meaningful and useful to, meaningful and useful to you as grantees. So in that effort, please give us your feedback and input because it helps design what that means to be meaningful in our relationship to you. So for those who have gotten to meet virtually already, hello again. For those who have yet to meet one-to-one, I look forward to the day that we can kind of speak a little bit more about your incredible projects you're doing on the ground. I truly understand what it means to be in your positions. I used to be a project director for a grant and for 2 grants actually myself. So, if anything, I understand where you are, and with COVID and the pandemic and with all the challenges of distance learning coupled with trying to just maintain a relationship with your students, it's incredibly challenging. And we need to know those challenges so we can better help understand how to roll out our services to you. So I'm just grateful to be here and look forward to all the conversation. Thank you.
Thanks, Julian. So as we get started today, now that you've kind of met the OIE team and the TA team, now we want to get to know you a bit better and give you an opportunity to get to know each other. So since we do have a large group, as you saw from the map and the list of grantees, there are a lot of us. So we're going to split into some demonstration group or discussion groups. So look at the map, find your state, and if you are in the red color, you're going to be in the West Coast group. If you are in the orange color, you're going to be in the South and East group. So you can see that's that like Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, but then also North Carolina, DC, and Massachusetts. If you are in the kind of teal color, that's going to be our Southwest group. If you're in Alaska, you'll see you're in green. We have quite a few Alaskan grantees, so you're your own group today. And then if you're in the golden color, you're the North Central group. So each time that we do Talking Sticks and have an opportunity to break into groups and do discussion and get to know each other and share ideas, we're going to try different ways of breaking you up. So today we're going to break up by location, but in the future we'll break up by other different things like age group, types of services offered, all types of different things. So something to look forward to. So don't think this will be the only group you'll get to know. But what I'll do is when I open the discussion rooms, because we didn't know who would attend from each of your teams, we're going to let you self-select your discussion room. So you'll just pick whichever one I just listed for you. So whether you're in the West Coast group, the South and East group, the Southwest group, the Alaska group, or the North Central group. The only exception will be if you are joining us today solely from your phone, if you've just connected your audio via your phone, you don't have a way to pick a discussion room. So we don't want you to be left out. So you'll actually stay with the South and East group, because the South and East group, you're going to stay here in this main room. So you don't have to do anything. You just stay put and you'll be where you need to be. If you're confused or if you have any questions, pop those in the chat box or unmute and ask us. We're changing rooms, and myself and our wonderful producer Rashad will help you get to where you need to be. Once you're in your discussion room, you will have a facilitator who will walk you through exactly what we're going to do in our rooms, and who will also give you a heads up when we're almost out of time. But to give you an idea so you can be pre-thinking, we're going to ask that your project director or whoever is on today that leads your project introduce themselves and your entire team that's on, and give just a brief introduction about your project. Tell us where you're from, what tribes you're representing, what age group you work with, and just the basics of what your project does. We're going to try to keep each grantee to about a minute so that we have time for everybody to be able to share. And then once everybody's been introduced, you're going to work together to figure out what is one thing that your discussion group has in common. So start thinking what you might have in common with some of the other grantees, and then you'll select a symbol to represent your discussion group. And when we come back together, we'll be sharing those as a large group. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start breaking into those groups. I'm going to open our breakout rooms. And remember, if you're in the South and East group, you're going to stay here in the main room. Otherwise, pick your room and head out. And it should be popping up so that you can pick those and start getting into your rooms. If you're not sure which room you belong in, let me know. I can also put back up that map. So remember, if you are in California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, or Montana, you're going to head to the red West Coast group.
Hi, Sarah. It's Emily. Nothing's popping up on my screen to join a group.
Me too.
Well, I will send you off then. Let's
Alaska.
just got to find you on my list and I'll send you along.
This is Sonia, and the same for me as well, and I'll be in Alaska.
All right.
Same for me. This is Rashonda.
I'm Roxanne, and that's the same thing for me. Nothing popped up, and I'd be from the Montana western portion.
Same with Coeur d'Alene. This is Chris Meyer.
This is Tammy from Montana. Same thing.
Well, pretty much everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nope, that's not it. Darn.
I can't get in either.
All right, we're going to move you over.
Oh. Hi, good morning.
So Montana goes to North Central, correct?
Montana will go to West
West
Coast.
Coast. Yeah.
Right.
Hi, this is Nihoma from Ho Chunk. I need to go to the North Central group.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
This is Sherry Johnson. I need to go to North Central.
All righty.
This is Marty Ream. I need to be on West Coast.
Tammy Elser, West Coast.
Nancy Campbell, West Coast.
Crystal Kill, Southwest.
Andy J, Southwest.
Should Southeast get started? Or are you still assigning?
You can go ahead. If there's anybody I've missed, if you'll just pop yourself in the chat box, I'll move you. I think I got everybody, but yeah, take it away, Bianca.
Do you mind placing the names for Southeast again so I can do roll call that way?
Absolutely.
Okay. So do we have anyone from American Indian Center of Arkansas?
Yeah, this is Michael Hine. I'm the Executive Director at the American Indian Center of Arkansas.
Hey, Michael. Do you want to share a little bit about your program?
Yeah, we're a brand new grantee this year, and so we are still in the process of hiring all of our personnel and getting things started. We serve all Native Americans who live in the state of Arkansas. Currently in other programs, that's about 30 different tribal members. And so we're excited about this. And I saw in here a good friend of mine, John Barbry's on here. So I want to just say hello to John.
That's you, Michael?
Yes, it is.
Got to hear you're still out there, man.
Okay, do we have anyone from American Indian Resource Center? No? Okay. How about Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes?
Hey, good afternoon. Megan Musket here with the Cheyenne Arapaho Tribes NYCP program.
Yeah, do you want to share a little bit about your project?
Yeah, we are from Oklahoma and we are working with age groups 3 to 8, or 3rd through 8th grade, working on kind of mental health, mentoring, parent involvement, and introducing cultural activities, cultural education activities, and professional development for teachers.
Nice. Okay, anyone from Chickasaw Nation on the line? All right, what about Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma?
Hi, this is Kelly Brame. I'm with Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma, located in Durant. We are a new grantee, so we are going to be working with 3 local education agencies. We have 5 main areas that we're going to focus on. First one will be our college and career elective course. We will also be doing Native enrichment, industry-specific training, assisting with concurrent enrollment, and then STEM awareness. Our target will be working with middle school through high school students. Now, we did have an NYCP grant in the past, and it was working at one location, but we're new to ACE.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
How about Citizens of Potawatomi Tommy Nation. All right, then, in Lumbee Nation.
Hi, this is Rita Locklear. I am with the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina, and we still have 2 grants. We have the NYCP grant, and we've just been awarded the ACE grant. And our project, both projects pretty much serve and can serve 1st through 12th grade. Our first project with NYCP is focused on community college and careers, and all of that is geared toward the STEM areas. And we serve, and we have 4 partners: the University of North Carolina at Pembroke, the community college, the public schools, and we serve students in 4 school districts that are in our region, and the tribe. And so we're all working together with the NYCP grant to focus on, again, college careers and community. And then our ACE grant, we have chosen, we chose 8 of the items that were listed there that we could focus on. We still will be working within our tribal region with 4 school districts to be able to serve students from those districts, as well as students that are in other schools, private schools or homeschool students. As long as they're part of those regions, we'll be working with them. We look forward to getting our ACE grant up and running, and we are in a planning year, so they're working to make sure that we get all of those things taken care of this year that we need to do, and then hopefully we'll kick off the actual grant performance working with our students starting next year. So it's an exciting time, and we look forward to working with Office of Indian Ed.
Thank you, Rita. How about Mashpee Wampanoag tribe? Muscogee Creek. NIEA.
Hi, this is Judy Urquhart. I'm also here with Rusty Creed Brown, who's going to be the program manager for the ACE grant. We're currently an NYCP grantee. We're providing integrated student supports or wraparound services for grades K through 12 in Anadarko within our NYCP grant. And we're also a new ACE grantee, so very excited about that. We'll be concentrating on 6 of the areas that were designated in the funding opportunity. So we'll be doing culture-based curriculum, some math tutoring online, trauma-informed healing services, working with Navajo Technical University to do dual enrollment and vocational training, and also doing some career assessment. And within that ACE grant, we're going to be working specifically with tribal schools within Navajo Nation. So we're partnering with the Department of Navajo Education in particular. So thank you.
Nice, thank you, Judy. Is anyone on from Oklahoma State Department of Education? Thought I seen. Nope. How about Sabine Parish School Board? Okay, Stillwell Public Schools.
Hey Bianca, I'm here. This is Tannen Turman, and I'm the project director of our NYCP Rising Above grant at Stillwell. It's been awesome, and even though it's been crazy throughout the end of the COVID, brought a lot of changes. We've just been really excited and grateful at the progress we've seen and the difference that we're making with our Native American students. And so we basically focus on getting our kids college and career ready. We integrate cultural relevance and language and cultural preservation, into what we're doing in the school. We did a lot of work with raising science and math scores in preparation for college, and then helping them go ahead and start their college classes while here on campus. And we're fixing to wrap it up, but it's been amazing, and we're going to continue the great work and push on with it. So if we can help anybody out, we're here, and we want to help all the kids we can.
Awesome, thank you. And Terrebonne Board.
Hi, this is Mandy Guyot. I'm from Terrebonne Parish, and we are located in South Louisiana, about 60 miles southeast of New Orleans, along the Gulf of Mexico. We are a 2017 NYCP grantee. Our grant encompasses 3 local tribes, and it focuses on grades 5 through 12, with focusing on behavior and academics for students at the middle school grades 5 through 8. And in the high school 9 through 12, our focus is on college and career readiness. And with all of those grades, we focus on cultural activities and community collaboration. So this is our final year, and we've really enjoyed, seeing the progress of our grant. We were, making lots of headway. It was a little disappointing that things had to kind of come to a halt in March. But hopefully we can get things back on the road again soon. But we've been enjoying it and have had a really great response from the students and the parents and the community.
Great, thank you, Mandy. And Tribal Education Department, National Assembly, Tedna.
Hi, this is Quinn Romanos. I apologize. I'm driving. Tedna nonprofit organization, as the name says, we work with tribes, tribal education departments. We currently have Tedna Virginia STEP program, which is no cost extension of the 1-year grant. Then we're in the first year of a extended data grant, and then we just recently got awarded the Tedna ACE grant, a 3 to 5 year grant, and we are working with 4 tribal nations. We also identified 13 LEAs. High school 9 through 12 is our group, and we're going to concentrate on preparing them for post-secondary education, which includes college career readiness, career technical education, and maybe even some vocational certification opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you. And last but not least, Tunica Biloxi. I know John is on.
Yes, my name is John Barbary, and I'm project director for our NYCP grant. We're in a 6-month extension, and that grant focused on grades 6 through 12. It was basically a whole list of things that we were doing, tutoring, helping to improve performance, mentoring, advocacy, family input, and just trying to get the focus back on education in our community. So that's something that, we've made a lot of progress. We're finishing up the NYCP, and we received the ACE grant. So it'll be a continuation. And the great thing about that is we're able to expand to K through 12. Our tribe also has populations near Chicago and around Houston, Southeast Texas. And so we're able to expand services to those communities as well. And so right now I'm a big hero. So we're excited about it. I'm glad to be part of this program.
Thank you, John.
I want to introduce, I have a person,
Oh, yeah.
Miss Lanita Fantroy is our coordinator. Actually, the position's changing to manager as we're expanding here. So she has provided a lot of great ideas and is really kind of my go-to person for everything we do here. So I'm glad to have her on board. She's listening in. So, yeah.
Thank you. So before I move on, is there anyone on the phone that needs to introduce their project because they were unable to select a breakout room? No? Okay. So our activity was to find one thing that we all have in common I was writing down some notes as people were speaking, and I kept hearing, you know, college and career readiness, but then we do have some younger grades as well. I heard a lot of STEM, science projects and cultural projects. Did anyone kind of catch a trending topic that they think that, you know, we can come together on? Is everyone, let's see, does everyone have a language component in their project? Is there some? No, I already see head shaking. What about an after school component? Is there, you know, does everyone project have after school, or is it within school, a summer?
Yeah. What about college and career readiness? A lot of people had that, right?
Yeah. Is there any projects that you feel like don't fit in college and career readiness? Okay. So I guess the college and career readiness can be the one thing in common. I know that's a huge component under demonstration, so I was hoping we can get a little bit more specific. Is there like, what about the test? Do everyone, you know, have a like a practice SAT or ACT component? Yeah, is that a common college and career readiness trend? Okay, so
I wonder how many people may have like a job shadowing or something in the career area they're looking at maybe too. I heard somebody else say something about that.
Yeah, like internships or apprenticeships. Okay. So I think test prep was pretty good, right? Like everyone's kind of doing like the standard college test prep. Is there any programs that do not have that component? Okay, silence is good right now. All right, so then the next thing that we have to come up with is a symbol that can represent the discussion group. Any ideas? I know you guys have to be creative working with students all the time, so I'm sure some ideas are out there. What about like a check mark, like we got it done?
Did you see that? You saw the chat box? Diploma?
Oh, there's a chat box.
I don't know. I guess that's for us. Somebody said diploma, so maybe.
Oh, diploma. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good one. I didn't say a better one.
A diploma with feathers.
Okay. All right. Graduation, a beat it graduation cap or feathered cap. But yeah, I like diploma. All right. Do we have anyone who would like to represent our group and speak on our symbol we came up with? Juanita, if it's your idea, you might have some more, you know, reasoning behind the diploma. It's a very good answer too. No. No takers. I mean, I can talk, but you know, you guys are used to hearing from me. So, okay. Oh, John will. Awesome. Well, John volunteered. He'll explain that our one thing in common is that we are getting our students ready for college and careers by preparing them with, I guess, is there a term, a pre-test, or just SATs and ACTs? Moving our children toward graduation. All right, you got the words. So we do have, 1 or 2 more minutes, and they will all come back. So if anyone wants to, share something or a resource or anything that's great about their program for the last minute or so, you have the floor. I like that.
Bianca, this is Quentin Romanos. I just wanted to add this part of it. I'm sure other grantees know that in the ESSA, the act, each state was to come up with a college career readiness plan. In Oklahoma, it's called the ICAP. And so we're aligning our activities with the ICAP to meet the needs, to work with the LEA as well as the parents. So you mentioned ACT. Well, in Oklahoma, it's required all juniors take the ACT. So college career readiness in each state, they have their own policies.
Thanks for sharing. Okay, I think more people are coming back into our.
Yeah, the breakout rooms are slowly shutting down. Everyone's rejoining. All right, I think everybody is back in the main room now. I know some of the groups were able to get through everything and some were able to get through a little bit of things, and that's okay. No matter which one you are, that is fine. You at least got to start meeting each other and starting to discuss, but we are going to go through the groups and have you report back, what did you determine you had in common and what symbol did you select? So we're just going to go in the order that the discussion groups are listed. So we will start with the West Coast. Marty, I feel like you might be the reporter, but you are muted. But you look excited.
I'm not now. How about that?
There you go.
So our symbol first was heart. That's the name of our actual project for the NYCP grant, is the Chante project, which is heart in our language. The common theme in our breakout group was innovation during COVID. I feel like that was where the topic went, that everybody was talking about because of COVID, this is what we are doing. And so I feel like that as a group, that's kind of what we determined that was our common theme with that throughout our discussion.
Wonderful. So you're the Innovation with Heart group.
We are.
Perfect. All right, let's go over to our South and East group.
Hello, I'm John Barbary with the Tunica Biloxi tribe, and our group selected diploma as our theme or symbol with, I think someone suggested a beaded graduation cap. So, but a lot of the common goals among our group, we talked about academic performance in STEM area, and college and career readiness were two of the biggest things. So I'm sure there are a lot of other common goals, but those are two big ones.
Wonderful. So our South and East was our college and career diploma crew.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then we'll head over to our Southwest group.
Hi, hello. My name is Crystal Kill, and we're in Arizona. Our group came up with the symbol of the sun, we all agreed that a couple of things that we do all center around working with the youth and providing to our communities nearby. So we thought the sun was perfect for our symbol.
Yeah, you're shining that light onto the youth in the communities. Wonderful. All right, let's head over to Alaska.
Okay, well, we clearly didn't get to everything. We barely got everybody introduced, but they have some great programs. And I don't know if any of you want to unmute and just give your sense of about what you have in common. I could do that, but I think you guys have a better sense of what you have in common. Stephanie, Emily, Tanya, John was in there. Anybody? Come on, guys.
Hey, yeah, this is John, and what I heard is about us all giving our youth choices that they, basically what the grant says, the ACE grant says, keyword would be choices that they don't have in their regular schools, especially in Alaska. It's tough. So whether we flying them out or give them online, we're giving our youth choices to prepare better for the future, 21st century.
Mm-hmm.
This is Tanya. I'll share a little bit too that I felt like was a common thread, obviously, was culture, which is why we're all here. But I really appreciated some of the words that were said, just saying that culture piece, that we're going to start with that and we're going to build from there. And I feel like most of our programs were sort of revolving around that. And I love that. So
thank you, Tanya. Anybody else? Okay. Yeah, we were having a great discussion. We didn't even get to meet everybody. It was just so.
See, and that's okay.
I think in this time of COVID, we just want to talk. We just want to share. We miss each other. So
yeah, you're happy to see another face. But yeah, so I'm hearing maybe that the Alaska group is kind of choices with culture at the core. So
right.
Starting point.
Right.
And then our final group, last but not least, our North Central group.
Hi, this is Rashonda Kakwatosh, and our group, well, we had quite a few things in common. The main things that we came up with were college and career readiness. In addition to, we serviced a variety of ages, and our symbol was 2 intersecting circles. It was a transition symbol, 2 intersecting circles that had an arrow going between each.
Oh, I like that.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very creative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I love, you can even start to see some of the overlap between our various groups. And so, like I said, each time that we come together for our talking sticks, we're going to have opportunities for programs to share and collaborate and network. So you'll get to know the group that you met today through kind of your geographic region, but then we'll also have some other ways to split up next time and get to know some folks from different areas. So hopefully that was enjoyable. You feel like you're starting to connect with some of the other programs, because part of the purpose of the Talking Sticks is to give you an opportunity, and particularly during COVID when we aren't having opportunities to get together in person, but to help you be able to connect and share between programs. Because all of you are out there doing great work, and it's so much better to work together and collaborate and share ideas than to each be working in our silos that have gotten even smaller, as a lot of us are working from home and not even being able to really collaborate in the office anymore. So we want this to be an opportunity for you to be able to do that virtually. So we do have some other ways that we want to connect with you and be able to brainstorm with you. So I'm going to be sharing with you a link to a Padlet. If you are not familiar with Padlet, really it's just a fun term for an online bulletin discussion board. And so when you go to this board, you'll see that we've already pre-populated it with a few starter brainstorm topics for you. So one of them regarding distance learning, something that's kind of top of mind for many of us right now. And we're wondering, what types of topics would you like covered in upcoming webinars? What would be helpful for you and your team? Do you have particular questions or challenges? This could be online, offline, anything within that realm. So we'd love for you to post there. You can have other members from your team post you know, the topics and questions that they might have as well to help us inform both upcoming topics for Talking Sticks, but also just other TA events that we can offer to be helpful. The other one is on ACE service options. So this is something that came up when we were doing some of the orientations and budget revision workshops, that for those who are ACE grantees, there were a lot of questions about what are the other service options that grantees are offering. You know, as we're all trying to come up with our menu of options, what are some things that you're going to be offering in your community? So we'd love for the ACE grantees to share the various types of options that you're, at least at this point, planning to offer in your menu of choices. And we'll be using that coming up. The next one is about incentives. So there were also a great deal of questions about allowable incentives, since so many incentive items are not allowable expenses. You know, we can't purchase those incentive products. So we wanted to know, for those who've come up with some creative allowable incentive ideas, if you could share those with one caveat. For those who are then reading what's been shared, please note that just because someone shared it doesn't mean it's allowable. It means someone somewhere thinks it might be allowable. We will follow up and actually talk about these in an upcoming session. And, you know, I'll be checking and trying to make note of any that I'm like, I'm sorry, that's not allowable, just a heads up. But we'd love for you to share those ideas, because that is something that it would really be helpful to get some new creative thoughts around. Then the next one is topics for upcoming Talking Stick sessions. What are those things that you'd like to kind of crowdsource and brainstorm and talk about in upcoming sessions? Give us those ideas, because we really want this to serve and support you. And then we have an other, because there's always some time when you have a question or comment that just doesn't seem to fit. So feel free to pop those in there. And the final thing I want to show you on this is, you'll see here on the screen, there's this little heart button. I'm sure most of you are familiar with some form of social media where you can like something. Well, this is the same way. As people are making their comments, you can like them. So if somebody has put a topic up, say for an upcoming Talking Stick session, you're like, yes, please, can we talk about that? You can like that. You don't have to comment again. You can like it. And that way we know that those topics or those ideas that have multiple likes are the ones that we probably are going to want to hit, that we're going to want to explore more. We might reach out to you and have you share. So it does have that kind of social media feature. So you'll have the link to that to be able to join in and collaborate on that particular piece. If you have questions about how it works, feel free to pop those in the chat box. But I think you'll see it's super easy to be able to comment and add in your ideas and like the ideas of others. And on that same idea of brainstorming, we do have 2 topics that I'd love to get your feedback on right now while you're trapped in the Talking Stick. So I'm going to pop up a quick poll. So it's 2 questions that we just love to get your brainstorm around right now. It should pop up on your screen. One of them is in regards to distance learning, because that seems to be a hot topic, of course, right now. So, you know, you can pick multiple of these options, and just thinking about, you know, which of these would be particularly helpful for your program or your team. Are there particular topics that you're needing some professional development around? And then the second is thinking about our spring project director meeting. So for the spring project director meeting, we're looking at that March to early April timeframe. But I know that also in that timeframe, we often run into things like spring break or powwow weeks. So if there's a particular week that is terrible, and you really, really hope that we do not pick that week, if you could select that. If everything in there is pretty good for you, you can pick any week is fine. But if there's a particular week that is problematic for you in that window, if you could indicate that in that poll, it just helps us as we're narrowing down a date for that we try to make it as friendly a meeting as possible. And there's a question in the chat box about where is the meeting? It's going to be located wherever you are right now, because it's going to be a virtual meeting. So you will not have to travel. Our project director meeting this year is going to be a virtual meeting beamed to you wherever you are located. So you don't have to worry about the travel aspect. I also see a couple of other questions that as you're voting, I'm going to answer. For the allowable incentives, can you refer us to the legalese? Yes, I will put a comment actually there on the Padlet with a little link to some of the information about the legalese of allowability for incentives. And then,
I just added that comment. I was putting the information.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so we'll just move that legalese over to the Padlet too, so that as you're brainstorming, you have that at the ready. And we'll send out that link to the Padlet so that everybody has access to it. And like I said, you can share that with your whole team. We want to get everybody's great idea and feedback. All right, so it looks like a good bit of us have voted. If for some reason you are on a device that is not bringing up the poll for you, feel free to pop over in the chat box. The distance learning you can do on the Padlet, but in particular, if there are any weeks in between basically March 1st and April 16th that are particularly bad for you, and I'll put those dates in the box, you can pop it in the chat box and we can add it to the poll results if the poll is not showing up on your particular device. All right, so I appreciate you doing the quick brainstorm. And then we'll do our extended on the Padlet. But I wanted to also, as we wrap up, give you some next steps, some reminders about things coming up, some upcoming events. It does look like most of us have voted, so I am going to go ahead and close the poll. So coming up, you're going to be brainstorming on that demonstration grant Padlet. We have our next talking stick session. Apparently that's a little harder to say. December 10th, same time, 3 Eastern. So you should already have an invite for that. If you do not, feel free to give us an email and I'll give you the email here momentarily and we can make sure you're added. But the next one is going to be December 10th. We also next week, just for our new ACE grantees, we have a contracts webinar. That's going to be next Thursday at 2 o'clock. And then big reminder, all of you have budget revisions due November 18th, which is next Wednesday. So if that's not already on your calendar, make sure to put that on your calendar. And as we think about that, if you have questions specific to your budget revisions, or if you're an ACE grantee, if you have questions about some of the other documents that you may have due this coming week, we do still have 2 more office hour sessions. So we have one tomorrow from 1 to 2 Eastern, and we have one on Monday from 1 to 2 Eastern. Those are those informal sessions where you can pop in and out, ask any questions. We've had a lot of grantees popping in and out and asking questions this week in the sessions we've already held. When I send out the link to the Padlet, I will send out the link to the office hours again, just as a reminder. And then new, because the office hours has been so popular and felt like it's been helpful, we'll be continuing that the 4th Thursday of each month from 1 to 2. Now, granted, the 4th Thursday in December is Christmas, and no matter how much of a great question you have, I'm pretty sure you do not want to ask it from under your Christmas tree. So we will be doing that the 3rd Thursday. So in December, it'll be December 17th, and then resume the 4th Thursday. All right. So someone asked if I could go back so they could write down some of those.
Yeah, and Sarah, we have a question about from Allison, who said she emailed her question from a previous meeting. Allison, who did you email? Donna. Okay, so
and program officers are getting through this
Sorry.
as quickly as possible. If it's something that you think the TA team might be able to help you with, if it's not something that you specifically need feedback from your program officer, you're welcome to copy the TA team, and we'll try to help you with that as well. But I know Bianca and Donna are working through their emails from y'all just as quick as they can.
Yeah, and also the OIE, I mean, the TA session, the office hour session, I will be on tomorrow. So if you need some specific questions, also I can, instead of having to go through email back and forth, I'm happy to discuss.
Okay. And
live.
Allison said it was for the STEP grant relocation cost. I don't know, can she jump on office hours to get that question answered?
It's for STEP. Okay, no, Allison, I'll get to you. Your new well, she's not new, but she's back. Shala Ortega, who is the program officer for STEP. She has been reassigned back, coming back from medical leave. So I would suggest right now sending whatever you sent to me, just send to her, and I will try to follow up to make sure she has that. She's out today and tomorrow, but she'll be back next week, okay?
Yeah, and I'll also join the office hours tomorrow as well too. So if I'm your program officer and you have questions for me, I will be on tomorrow. And if you have emails that you are waiting for me, I am getting through them. Definitely. I also noticed that a couple of emails were going to my spam folder. So I'm getting that fixed to make sure I'm receiving your emails on time.
And just in case you need any of that contact information, I did want to pop it up, both Bianca and Donna's emails, as well as the general, and then also that email address for the TA team if you are needing anything as far as being added to a particular event, or if you need anything that the TA team might be able to help you with, as well as if you want to copy on any emails that you think would be helpful. So you have all of that contact information. Just the always reminder to please put your grantee name and your PR number when you're emailing. It just makes it a lot easier to then be able to make sure that the answer is coming pertaining to the appropriate grant and grant program. So that takes us to the end of our time today. We do have a quick feedback survey. If you've done it before, you can vouch for us. Maybe give a thumbs up that it really is super short. It really does take maybe 2 minutes. So we'll pop that link over in the chat box, and we'd greatly appreciate you taking that. And with that, I'll also pop up our end of event poll. And this is how we kind of wrap up each of our events with a quick fast finger poll to get just a little bit of information from you. If you have any final questions, make sure and either pop those in the chat box or follow up via email. I do see one question asking what time. Tammy, if you could let me know which thing you're trying to get a time on.
I think they're referring to the office hours tomorrow. Are you going to send out another notice?
Yes. So I'm going to send a reminder for that. Yes. The office hours, and I'm going to back up, is 1 to 2 Eastern. So it's 1 Eastern, noon Central, 11 for Mountain, 10 for Pacific, and 9 Alaskan. And I will send out a reminder with that information as well, just to make sure that everybody has that link at the ready. Yes, and sometimes we do go to spam just because we're sending it out to so many people. So you may want to specifically add that OIE@SEI Services email to your safe sender list. Otherwise, because the demo grants are so large and we send it to such a large group of people, your email sometimes thinks I'm marketing to you and trying to sell you something.
Real quick, Allison, the game that we played for the project directors meeting was Kahoot. Yep. And yeah, you know, can we give a round of applause to our TA team? They are awesome and very
absolutely
planning on being way more interactive. We know that a lot of the virtual meetings get boring, so we do want to make sure that, you know, it's well worth your time, and we're still able to relay, you know, important information. So we do look forward to having monthly talking stick sessions. So you see that the second Thursday of every month we'll have a talking stick session, and then the last Thursday of every month we will have the office hours as a standing meeting. So pretty much every other week we'll be, you know, dedicating a specific time to answer those questions and bring us together so we can, provide the services you guys need, and make sure you all are connecting as well. I think, I learn more from you all, and you guys are, the best resources. So that's why we want to make sure you're able to share with other grantees and new project directors. So I really hope you continue to participate on our talking stick sessions, and it will only grow from here. So thank you for joining.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Synergy.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. We're at the end of our time together. So we look forward to seeing you, whether it be on office hours or the contracts webinar, or at least on our talking stick in December. So have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye, everyone.